welcome to CGP. I'm wearing contacts because I played basketball earlier today. Please don't be weird about it. I don't want to get any weird tweets about how I look bad without my glasses. You're all very well-intentioned, but it doesn't always feel great. Anyway, listen! We're here with another episode of CGP. I just want to say I'm so happy with how this thing's been going creatively. I think these comedians have been coming up with big ideas and strange ideas, and they've been executing them, and our crew is stepping up and making it happen. And I'm just begging you, me to you, spread word on this thing. We need more people watching this thing. Straight up, if we want it to survive, we got to start spreading word. And if you're seeing this right now, this means you're part of the grassroots ground floor. We have enough episodes out that I can confidently say, I think this thing's pretty good. So let's tell people, grab your favorite episode, send the link to 2 friends of yours. Go join the Discord. If you're watching, you know about the Discord, chrisgethard.com/live. You can join it at any time of the week. It's open 24/7. Nice people are out there. Follow us at CGPMNN. Actually subscribe to YouTube. Help us out because we're making cool shit and we want to spread word on it because we want this weird comedy to have a place where it can live. In a world of comedy that's becoming more toxic by the day, we're carving out a space where artists can just try strange things. So please, thank you, all that good stuff. I'll stop talking. Clon is back. Welcome back, Clon, everybody.
Live from beautiful Far West Midtown in New York City, it's $1 Billion Bonkies. And now your host, Kiko Soiree.
$1 Billion Bonkies. Who are billionaires and how do they make the world so wonky? $1 Billion Bonkies. Is he as smart as he seems or just a well-to-do donkey? Let's find out. Let's investigate and have some fun along the way with some goofy old magnates. That's a fancy word for rich guy. $1 Billion Bonkies. Welcome to $1 Billion Bonkies, where we take a look into the captivating lives of the weirdly rich and the richly weird. I am Kiko Soiree, your host. Money. Who doesn't love money? You can't have too little or you're ruined. Can't have too much or you go completely insane. Isn't that fun? Today's $1 Billion Bonkie is a down-on-his-luck entrepreneur that has unfortunately experienced both extremes of the money game. Bryan Funglehead, a self-proclaimed genius, visionary billionaire, sank his entire fortune into his pet project, an artificially intelligent humanoid robot called Clong. But in August, during Clon's unveiling on live TV, Bryan lost control of his robot, his temper, and his business. Clon's big money investors backed out of Bryan's project faster than you can say Theranos. But Bryan is excited to join us on the show today to chat a little bit about life after Clon and maybe even tease his newest game-changing invention. Ladies and gentlemen and everyone in between, give a $1 billion welcome to Clon CEO, Bryan Funglehead.
How you doing, Kiko? Hey, hold on. Before I made this picture for Kiko Soiree. It says Kiko for life. Kiko for life.
Wow.
How you doing, Kiko?
Bryan, this is quite an accomplishment. Thank you.
Thank you, Kiko.
Well, Bryan, we are so excited to have you today on $1 Billion Bonkies.
Of course.
We know that life has been a little bit rocky road, and we want to hear all about what life is like right now.
Well, all right, let me tell you, I'm going to have you backtrack here a little bit, Kiko. I'm not a guy who likes to live in the past. I'm all about moving forward. I'm not here to talk about Clon. I'm sorry, Clon's in the past. I had to dismantle him. We did the promo for last week. He was out of line. I took him apart. There will be no Clon tonight, and I'm sorry. Yeah. Hey, hey, you don't get to 1 million friends without a bunch of enemies.
Sure, that's very well said, Bryan.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to know. You made one of the most celebrated and interesting inventions of our time.
Thank you.
That has since gone to pieces, and now what are you doing?
Well, that's a good question. After Clon, the whole mishap, went out to the West Coast, spent some time in La Jolla, smoked some weed, and I had this beat in my head the whole time I was in La Jolla, San Diego. It was squeeze, 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 nut, squeeze, nut, squeeze, nut butter.
One more.
It's squeeze, 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 nut, squeeze, nut, squeeze, nut butter. It's squeezable peanut butter. You put it in a tube, you squeeze it out, squeeze nut butter. If you can get here, you can get a good shot here of squeeze nut butter. My team did a great job designing the product.
So, if I'm to get this right, is it a special formula or something inside the product? Does it do something else?
It's all natural peanut butter, 100%, and you just squeeze it on the bread. Or you take it as a little snack.
Oh.
I've never had better peanut butter.
Bryan, I certainly admire your courage. It seems like you solved a problem that, to be honest, didn't quite rear its head.
I see problems before the rest of you.
I could imagine maybe a kid making a sandwich for themselves with squeeze nut butter.
I can imagine that's my ultimate goal, is the children will be making sandwiches with squeeze nut butter.
Are there plans to have this distributed across America?
I've talked to Nabisco, I've talked to Nestle. I don't have a deal yet, but talks are going well.
This must be the prototype. It looks like there's just Sharpie written on tape.
Well, no, I went for a very simplistic approach, much like Jay-Z in the Barclays Center. If you can get a look at this, very, very sleek, very, very slender design. I think the people are gonna love it.
Well, Bryan, funny that you should mention sleek, because we actually have a surprise for you today.
Okay.
Here on $1 Billion Bonkies, we assembled an expert team of engineers, specialists, and a very special squad to go all across every single junkyard here in this nation to scan and sweep and painstakingly find all 699,541,000 pieces of Clon.
Impossible.
The possible is possible here on $1 Billion Bonkies. So, after what seemed like hours in a lab, we have reassembled Clon.
What?
And brought him back.
I don't believe this. I don't believe it.
$1 Billion Bonkies. But before we bring him out, he wanted me to let everyone know that he has a new music EP available now for download on Bandcamp. He's the rabble-rousing robot that Fungalhead built. Please welcome Clong.
What? Oh, he wants a microphone. Get you, Clong. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Clong! Hey, Clong! Oh, heck. Uh-oh. What are you doing to me, Kiko? All right.
I will say, Bryan, we didn't know what to expect when Clon came back, but Clon, it's very nice.
Oh, come on, Clon. Oh, my. Clon, what happened to you?
It's nice to have you on $1 Billion Bonkies, Clon.
Everett, kid, stop him, please. Someone stop him. He's getting better at talking a little bit.
Bryan, if I may. Clon, I think all this rebellious behavior you're doing is a way for you to be subversive.
That's a great point, Kiko.
I have something I want to share with you. Clon, I have something I want to share with you. A poem that I think might give you some new perspective. Some people think when you always act tough, it's clever and new to make others' lives rough. But the joy is subversive enough. I'll get what I want when I give people guff and stay mad all the time. I'll get all the stuff. But the joy is subversive enough. I feel weak inside. But what if I'm buff? I'll stick out my chest and I'll huff and I'll puff. But the joy is subversive enough. It's weak to be nice. The world's all gone to fluff. Life's a bitch anyway, so grab for the muff. But the joy is subversive enough. The powerful split the weak into factions. Division used as a blinding distraction. They feed us the lie that there's one useful action, depending on rage, because they'll respond in reaction. When the joy is subversive enough. Joy!
What? Kiko, I can never get through to him. He's listening to you. Jesus, come on, Clon, enough. Please keep this on your head, please.
Clon, that's... Well, now we are going to try something new. We're going to be taking some calls who are tuning in today to $1 Billion Bonkies. I'm sure callers all are asking the question that's hot on their minds. Where did Fungalhead go wrong? We have a caller now, Mark from Queens. Mark, are you on the line?
Yes, hello?
Hi, Mark. Thank you for joining us today on $1 Billion Bonkies. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Well, we are doing something. I'm sure you are as curious as ever as to what is going on with Clon and with Bryan, and where did Bryan go wrong? What is your advice?
I think he has to have more like voice control. Like, Clon, what's the weather?
What? Mama.
Mark, if you didn't catch that, he said moi, moi, moi.
You want me to?
That's where he went wrong.
So Mark, you're saying that he could use some vocal programming and all these other quirks would fall into line.
Yeah, he just checked into Google.
Brian, he just said give it to Google.
I should give Clon to Google. Is that what you think, Mark?
Yes.
It's not a bad idea.
All right, thank
not a
you,
bad
Mark,
idea.
so much. You know, the takeaway from that is add voice, give to Google. To be honest, it seems like it's been done. We're moving on to our next caller, Alex from Russia. Alex from Russia?
Oh, jeez.
Alex, no funny business. Are you really from Russia?
Yeah.
Hi, Alex. So nice to have you. Now you have some.
Thank you.
No problem. Yes, thank you.
Yes, I have. I wish to speak to Bruno.
Clon.
What do you got, Alex?
Alex, you'll have to pardon us. I know you don't have eyes necessarily in what's going on unless you literally do. But Clon is being a little distracting. What is your insight on where Brian went wrong?
I know where Brian went wrong. He had a deal with our government to provide us with 1,000 clones. Elite killing machines is how I describe them. Instead, we get 17 what seem to be homeless men braided in silver.
So, Clon. Brian, it seems like Alex is outlining that Clon could be used for war. Clon could be used for...
No. We have to talk about screen-nut butter, everyone, okay? I'm here to talk about screen-nut butter and screen-nut butter only. I said I do not live in the past, not the kind of guy I am.
Alex, do you have any other final 2 cents?
I know where you sleep at night.
You know where I sleep, and oh well, that's fantastic, to be honest. Thank you, Alex. Thank you. Moving on to our next caller. Tim is from Tokyo. Tim, are you on the line?
Hello, yes.
Hi, Tim. How are you?
I'm good. I'm here visiting my brother. We are big fans of Clon.
Oh, that's so nice to you. You're fans of Clon. Well, we are sure Clon could use more fans.
Yeah.
Now,
we have a question for Mr. Fungalhead.
Fungalhead, Brian.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Bryan Funglehead is now seeking advice.
Sorry, Fungalhead, did you have a gender in mind when you created Clon, or is he...
Yeah, he was always a man. He was always a man from the start. You know, I just hate to say it, men get stuff done. Sorry. Hey, I said, hey, you gotta make a lot of enemies to get to it. Hey, do you want honesty on $1 billion bonkies, or do you want an artificial bullshit answer?
Brian.
That's not the kind of CEO I am. I say it like it is. I wanted him a man, made him a man.
Brian, if I might interject, I think what Tim is alluding to is that perhaps a more articulated thought about gender as a concept for Clon might alleviate some of his quirks.
That's a good point. You know, I'm not the most nuanced CEO. You know, I just kind of get these ideas and I put them in. And what my idea was, a man in your house. That was my idea. A man in your house is going to help you out. That's what I
Tim,
thought.
thank you so much for calling from Tokyo. Thank you so much. We're moving on to our next and final caller, Maya from New Jersey. Maya, are you on the line?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Maya. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
It's nice to have, what's your gender?
I'm a female.
It's nice to have a female on the line. Thank God. Maya, so you have some input on where Brian went devastatingly wrong.
Yes, I'm a little confused. Can you recap how we got here?
Sure. Quickly, Bryan made a humanoid. He's a billionaire, so he had just play money. Threw it all into making a humanoid robot. Then it.
All right, you know what? Enough of this. Enough of this. This is ridiculous. The whole thing's ridiculous. But you know what? I'm happy because it's making me angry. And when I'm angry, I get stuff done. That's how I know I'm smart. All right? Unlike this idiot next to me. Look at him. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's eating corn all the time, and he's got nothing going on in his head.
In his head. In his head. In his head. In his head. In his head. In his head. In his head. In his head. In his head. In his head.
Well, I walked into my favorite bar on a Wednesday night. I had plans of sipping beer and letting the time pass me by. I said howdy to the bartender. He started pouring me my usual. I was shuffling to the spot where my bar stool sits, and I noticed something was off, because there wasn't no stool there, just a high chair. And I started talking to the individual sitting in that chair. I said,
"Drunk baby, where'd you learn to drink? Drunk baby, what are your parents gonna think? I see you stumbling and bumbling, and gurgling up some goo. Drunk baby, gonna make a man out of you."
That little baby looked at me and didn't say one word. In fact, he acted like he didn't understand a damn word I was saying at all. So I, being the better man, sat at the end of the bar and minded my business. And then after some beers, I noticed this baby just kept staring at me. Till finally, I had to walk back up to that baby, and I said,
"Drunk baby, let you in this bar. Drunk baby, somebody take the keys to your car. 'Cause you've been drinking and stinking, it's anybody's guess. Drunk baby, who's gonna take care of this mess?"
Well, that must have been the last straw. Because this baby started crying. And it was so loud, hell, I started crying. And then he pissed himself. And then I pissed myself. And then he vomited on me. And wouldn't you know it, I puked right on top of that baby's head. And that's when I realized that me and this baby, we weren't so different after all. And that's when Earl told us to shut up and pay attention to the news on the old black and white TV. A man in a white coat was talking about a time portal that was turning our linear timeline into a curlicue shape with consequences previously thought impossible. And as I looked into that baby's eyes and he looked into mine, I realized that that new friend I had made was me. 'Cause I'm a
drunk baby, traveled from the past. Drunk baby, getting hammered off my ass. 'Cause there's a fine line when the timeline enters into the unknown. Drunk baby, was me before I had grown.
hell was that? Jesus.
Oh, well, now we're going to move on to one of our next exercises, Billionaire Bonky Bats, where we were going to explore the relationship between you, Bryan Funglehead, and Clon, your offspring. Underneath you, there is equipment that's going to help us explore the relationship and dynamic between the two of you.
Okay.
And maybe we can start to see the undercurrent about what the creation that you made is here to inform not just your future inventions, but Clon himself.
So I just kind of tell him how I feel and then bonk him?
Precisely.
Okay. Clon, it really hurts my feelings when I ask you to do something and you don't do it. No, Clon, I bonk you. No, Clon, I bonk you. And then you bonk me. No, Clon, I bonk you. And then you bonk me. Stop bonking yourself, Clon.
Clon.
Make me look like a
You
fool,
bonk
Clon.
him.
Stop
Clon,
it.
you bonk him.
Stop it. No, why you got enough? Hey, I'm gonna...
Bryan, please, please.
He's not bonking me. Once he bonks me, then I'll stop.
I understand.
No, Clon, bonk me.
We are
Clon,
going to have
bonk me.
a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back on $1 Billion Bonkies.
Hi, everybody. It's Gethard again. I hope you're doing well and enjoying the episode. I've been on the Discord checking it out. Seems like everybody's really into squee-nut butter. So, Mr. Fungalhead, maybe down the line, if we open a merch store, one of our first official products can be CGP-branded squee-nut butter. Now, Carmen Christopher is back next week. He's hosting his 3rd episode of CGP. He's been killing it. His first 2 have been wild and weird and aggressive, and I'm sure he's going to continue that trend. I've been handed a piece of paper where he sends a message. I have not read it at all. First, it says, "Hi guys, my name is Chris Gethard. Carmen couldn't be here tonight as he is preparing for the Great Night Show next Wednesday, which is 100% sure to be the best CGP yet. In an effort to promote his show, I think it's important for me to let everyone know my love for dogs. Not just as pets, but as lovers." Ha ha ha, blah, blah, blah. This is not a joke. This is my real life. We hear people making jokes about pets all of the time, about sleeping with them. But what if I told you my sexual experiences with pets were real? Don't forget to watch The Great Night Show with Carmen Christopher next Wednesday at 11.
Welcome back to $1 Billion Bonkies. I'm your host, Kiko Soiree, and we are here with Bryan Funglehead to get some more perspective on how it all went wrong for Clon, CEO Bryan Funglehead. For another point of view on this human train wreck, we reached out to Bryan's one-time financial guru and financial benefactor. She's with us here today, so let's give a warm round of applause to CEO of Marla's robot dog key holder, Marla Nippenhaugen.
Oh, yeah! I love you! Oh, hi!
Marla!
Marla? Bryan. Remember when I crushed your company with my wonderful robot wiener dog?
Oh, no, I don't remember that, Marla. No, I don't remember that when you pulled your money from me. Clon, get that microphone out of my face. Jesus Christ.
I just snatched his little shareholders and I stuffed them in my Tesla Maserati hybrid and my Dow Jones grew immeasurably.
The economy was shrinking, and you know, the economy went crazy that day.
It did. And oh, by the way, you should all know that Bryan French kissed Kim Jong-un at the Davos. What remains in Davos stays in Davos. Truth or dare?
I wouldn't put it past Bryan. Bryan, what do you have to say about kissing Kim Jong-un?
French kissing.
French kissing Kim Jong. What do you think about putting your tongue in Kim Jong-un? When you
tequila.
spend the bottle,
Tequila makes you do crazy stuff. And I don't know if I'm legally allowed to talk about this on camera.
And his eyebrows are made out of chipmunk genitals.
Don't tell anyone that.
It's true.
Brian, is the chipmunk still alive?
I have no knowledge of the what happened to the chipmunks.
Oh, Clon, look at this beautiful money. It will moisturize your little metal skin
Come on,
suit.
he's a robot, Marla. He doesn't like money.
Oh, he does. It's going to buy you a robot
Clon, don't eat that.
apartment and a robot sandwich and a robot girlfriend to eat a robot sandwich with.
Now, Brian, it appears that Marla is enticing Clon with money.
Yeah. I don't like this one bit. This is not what I intended for Clon. Like I said before, I just wanted to put a man in your house that helps you.
A man who loves Marla's millions, right, Clon?
Brian, she single-handedly destroyed you, and now she's taking the one thing that you did away from you.
It really hurts. It's really hard for me right
Does
now.
it hurt? Does it hurt as much as Kim Jong-un's fur?
Did you bite his tongue when you stuck it in?
All right, it was just like a little, it was just that. Just like a little.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes.
It was just a little bit of tongue in Kim Jong-un. It was a little bit of tongue in Kim Jong-un. And I apologize for it, all right? Is that what you want me to do? Everyone apologize for it. I'm sorry I made out with Kim
And
Jong-un.
was this before or after the creation of Clon?
This was much before.
Much before the creation of Clon.
Some would say this is how I earned my first billion.
Disgusting. Clon doesn't deserve an owner like Brian.
And Marla, what does Clon deserve?
Clon deserves the beauty of Marla and my mansion and my Maserati Tesla hybrid, and I'm going to buy Clon a giant new outfit made out of unicorn flesh. Oh.
Well, Marla, that is fascinating stuff. Up next.
Please, Clon, please stop doing that, Clon.
Up next, we have another piece in the Bryan Funglehead failure puzzle. She's a billionaire snack tycoon who has her eye on the moon. Please welcome Dinanda.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I love you, Dinanda.
Psych, it's not good to see you at all.
What?
That was a lie, Kiko.
You just kissed
I'm
me.
so sorry. That was a lie. I'm so sorry with all these emotions.
Dinanda, we're just so happy to have you here on the show.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here to finally get everything off my chest. You're wondering why?
Yes.
You're wondering why? Seriously?
I thought we were so cool.
Well, we're not cool anymore. Well, I will tell you why.
Okay.
When your funding for Clon fell through, and you couldn't afford to send me all those clons to build my moon base.
Well, yeah, look at.
Shh, I'm talking. It ruined my end of summer plans to party with all my besties on the moon. And now that I won't have my 500 clons to build for me, I won't have my moon base for another 6 months. 6 months, Brian.
I can get back to working on. I can make
And
one.
I thought, I'm so sorry, Kiko. I thought that you were so sexy. And then you lost all your money.
Well, look at the one next to you. That's not. Wasn't.
But I saw your little Clon presentation, and I couldn't help noticing how cute he actually is.
What?
And that. And that.
Dinanda.
Again, I'm talking. And that actually brought me to a more serious issue that's really close to my heart. I'm sorry, Kiko, can I?
Please.
Every single moment, there's a person out there in agony simply because they're too horny. future of intelligence, or artificial intelligence, will be decided by whoever will give these horn dogs and Randy Mandies, and I saw a few in the audience, a lifelike humanoid robot to bring into the bedroom. I will not stand by while all these needy loners and thirsties, ready to bursties, suffer silently, while their stubby schwanzes and steamy clams soak their dungarees. Every moment, now, there is a person who is going to work, all stuffed up with horny juices. That's no way to live. Just think about all the lives we can save by just converting Clon into this mass-produced sex robot to service all those needy, raunchy Rondas and turned-on Tobys out there. So if Clon agrees to join me and my mission to take on global horniness, I will make sure, I will promise you right here, right now, that I will modify Clon into the sexiest sex robot in history. And I will mass produce him for sale at truck stops and DVD stores. Thank you.
Wow, I love how we are breaking down Bryan's spirit. Not only as a businessman, but someone who thought he was going to end up in love. Our final guest tonight is here to whip Bryan's billionaire body back into shape.
What?
Please welcome $1 Billion Bonkies resident drill sergeant, Warrior 2.
Oh, no.
Bryan Funglehead, you are a waste of space!
No!
A waste!
No!
Of space!
No, I'm not!
Go get him!
What do you want me to do? Just so
You
we can
think you're
end
gonna be rich again if you're not rich in spirit?
No.
You think you're gonna be successful if you can't find success within yourself?
I do find success within myself, Warrior 2.
Nonsense! You are broken, and you are miserable, and you are a piece of shit.
Come on, Warrior 2. You didn't have to say that.
I'm going to put you back into billionaire shape.
Yes, do it.
Okay.
I'm going to straighten you out
All right.
by bending you out of shape
What does that mean?
with some high intensity
Yes.
boot camp yoga.
Oh, what? No. Yoga.
Mats! Yoga mats! Right now!
All right.
Thank you, Clong.
I'll have you know I do a lot of yoga. So,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'll have you know I do a lot of it, so I'm actually not worried at all now.
Let me see you touch your toes right now. Touch your toes right now. Right, bop. Bop.
There it is. I did
Down.
it.
Down.
No, I did it.
Down. Down. You got this guy.
What? Come on, Clong.
You're gonna be a billionaire again, and this guy's gonna throw you off your game. This guy's gonna throw you off your game.
You're right.
Toes again.
Toes
again.
Done, Claude.
Distraction. Another distraction.
I'm sorry. I can't stop. It's throwing wind chimes all over the place. This is insane.
No, it's not insane. This is what you need. This is what's gonna get you back on top.
All right. Well, I touched my toes. Now what do you want me to do?
All right. You can stand on 2 feet. You need to stand on 1 foot.
Yeah?
1
Oh, all right.
foot.
I can't do. Okay. Hey, don't hit me in the nuts, Clong.
Man, come on.
That's That's pretty good. Oh!
Get up!
Oh!
Get up!
Oh, Warrior 2, you hurt me.
That's the idea, you maggot!
Yes, hurt him.
Now what did I do? I don't want to do this anymore.
Oh, you're
I'm
gonna
done.
keep doing it!
No, this is the worst day of my life.
Touch your toes again! Again! Hands down!
Hands down!
Feet back!
Oh, God!
Downward dog!
I can't downward dog!
You can downward dog!
My screen butter keeps falling!
I want to see you!
Please take my
I
screen
can't see
butter!
your face!
Clong, that's
I
my
can't
fault.
see your face! Get back! Get back! You are sad.
I'm not
You
sad.
are disappointing.
No, I'm not.
That's why you ain't even good enough to make out with Kim Jong-un anymore. Stand up!
It was a one-time thing. You didn't want to again.
Fine. We're gonna have to make this a lot easier for you. So you're not gonna embarrass yourself on television anymore.
All right, thank you, please.
I'm gonna give you
Thank you.
the most difficult, hardest pose that I think you can muster.
All right.
Yes, do it.
Watch.
Okay. All right.
Happy baby.
Oh, I can do happy baby. I can do happy baby, no problem. Okay. All right, here we go.
Let's see.
All right.
This is your big moment, Fungalhead. This is when you get back on top.
All right.
This is when you show the world what you are made of.
Oh, my pants ripped. Oh, no, my pants ripped.
You can't even get your pants to stay together.
No. Why did you make me do this, Warrior 2? Why did you make me do this? You knew my pants were
I am
ripped.
done with you. I am done with you. You are a disgrace.
Yes.
None of these people want to see you succeed.
It's true.
You don't want to see you succeed.
Yes, I do.
But Clong, this guy's had it together the whole time. Look at him. Pretty good. You want to be strong? You want to be powerful? You know, Clon, I got some friends. We can hook you up to a supercomputer. You can be sending missiles halfway around the globe by morning.
He's not a violent robot, Warrior 2.
I love it. Look at that's the idea. This guy.
No, I
blowing
couldn't.
stuff up.
I put my own
Being strong.
I put my own piece inside of him.
Brian, Warrior 2, thank you. Thank you.
I put my piece inside of him.
Thank you.
I'm a peaceful man.
Very convincing.
Thank you. It's apparent that you do love putting parts of yourself in other people. Brian, it goes without saying that your life is in shambles. You were a brash billionaire on top of the world, and now you are a broke, lonely, humiliated peanut butter salesman. With a weird history of spin the bottle with foreign leaders. You've worked too hard for money and reputation, and now you have neither. And now, just like your pants on the robot you created to stick by you, is going to split. Do you have any parting words for Clon, Brian?
Clong, you represent my biggest dreams and my, biggest failure. I did my best, and now you're leaving me, taking my dream of money and power and unbelievable sex. But before we go our separate ways, I want you to do one thing. Look inside yourself. Look deep inside yourself and answer the call from within.
Chris Cold Cash.
Wow, Brian, that was so stupid. Please step aside or consider exiting forever. Okay, Clon, decision time. It's time to choose your new life. Do you want money?
Money, money, crispy and cool. Golden palaces. Leader dog robots at your bidding.
Power?
Missiles, explosions, death, destruction!
Ew.
Okay. Or sex?
I like to call it love, Clon. For me, it's love.
Clon, what will it be?
Clon, come on.
Do 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 do. You just
Clon,
need to raise your head.
What will it be, Clon? What will it be? Here, $1 million. What will it be, Clon?
Hey, it's me.
Don't you want
What will
beautiful
it be?
cash?
What will it be, Clon?
Currency?
Don't hurt him, okay?
Oh, oh heavens.
Oh, wait, he's looking inside himself. Oh, what's he? Clon?
Oh!
He's pulling out all of his wires!
You need that to launch the missiles. Don't do that.
No, I can't. My engineer. I don't have the team anymore.
Clon, how are you still going? Wait a minute, now he's got a helmet!
Oh, no!
Hold on, he's manufacturing some kind of device, much like that movie Chappie. Just like in that movie Chappie, he's downloading a higher level of consciousness.
Clon, don't be such a careless teenager. You can't run away from your problems.
Yes,
You cannot run away.
Oh!
He's using his telekinesis! What are you doing, Clong? You don't have to go.
You're making nuts!
That's it. You want to wrestle? You want to go? Come on, I made you. I'll take you out. God, come on. Claude, you're coming home with me. You're coming home with me, Claude. If it's the last damn thing I do. Oh, God, Claude. No, no, no. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Oh, another 4 minutes. No, please, no. Oh, jeez. I don't even know you.
You don't need to do this.
I've never experienced anything like this in my life. And I made out with Kim Jong-un. Try peanut butter. It'll be the best peanut butter sandwich you'll ever eat. I promise you that. Look what you've done to me. Look what you've done to me. And you've done to me. And all of you. Look what all of you have done to Bryan Funglehead. I hope you're all happy. You want more? It tastes like peanut butter. Well, that's your luck, Kiko.
Wonderful! Great job! Great job!
Clong. Huh? Clong. What is he going to do?
Himself and left without a trace. Clowns in space.